It was an unusually warm day for the time of year on the island of Sodor. As Thomas pulled goods train down his branch line, it grew hotter and hotter. The sun baked the metal rails, so Thomas hurried over them. As he steamed uphill, he puffed and huffed wearily. "This is thirsty work," he gasped. At the next station, he pulled up beside the water tower. "Phew, I'm boiling. I need a nice long drink," said Thomas. Then Bertie the bus arrived nearby. While Bertie waited at the bus stop close to the water tower, he saw Thomas was looking hot and bothered. "Hey, mind you don't burst your boiler," he teased. "I'm glad I don't have to pull heavy trucks and run on hot rails," Bertie added, "and all that coal you must carry slow you down." Thomas was cross. "Engines are more efficient than buses, whatever the weather," fumed Thomas. After his drink, he felt much cooler and traveled on his way. "Goodbye, Bertie. You won't see me for smoke," called Thomas. Bertie was not carrying passengers anymore because he was due back at the depot. "I'll show Thomas that buses are the best," Bertie said. He raced along the road by the railway track. Meanwhile, Thomas spotted trouble ahead. His driver put the brakes on. The sun had made the rails bend, he said. Thomas had to go over it very slowly indeed. Next moment, Bertie sped by. "I'm glad I'm not an engine," he called. "Roads don't buckle." At the next station, Thomas's driver told the station master about the damaged rail. He then later phoned ahead to the Fat Controller. Thomas brought in the engineers to repair the rails. The job took the whole day till the sun set. Once the repairs was done, Thomas made his way back. He stopped and waited for a signal to change. He saw Bertie stuck in a traffic jam. Clouds of steam were gushing from Bertie's radiator. His driver had gone to fetch more water for it. Now Bertie wished he hadn't teased Thomas. "I'm overheated," he said. "Once I have a cool drink, I'll be fine." Thomas grinned. "I never see a steam bus before," he chuckled as he left.
It was a splendid sunny day on the island of Sodor. Doug had been working all morning with heavy trucks. He whistled. "I'm very hot and thirsty." "Come on then," said his driver. "Let's go and get you a nice cool drink of water." The water tower is the large tank raised up on stilts. It has a spout on the side. When the steam engines are low on water, they go to fill up their boilers at the water tower. The fire makes the water in the boiler into steam to power the engine. Diesel saw Doug go into the water tower. He always thought that was very funny. "Need another drink, Doug?" He laughed. "Steam engines always seem to be thirsty." "What about you? You have to drink too," Doug puffed crossly. "What about your diesel fuel?" Diesel hissed. "That's not the same thing at all." Doug drank his fill of water and went back to work. But just an hour later, he was thirsty again. "Phew," he called to his driver. "I need some more water." "Impossible," said his driver. "We only just filled you up." "I know that," said Doug. "But please check my temperature." Sure enough, Doug was too hot. Back to the water tower they went. Doug drank and drank, but he couldn't seem to get enough water. Then his fireman walked around and saw what the problem was. Doug had a hole in his boiler. The water was leaking out. Diesel thought that was very funny too. "Hello, Drippy," he teased Doug. "Need some more water?" "Don't mind him," said Doug's driver. "We'll soon have your boiler mended and back to normal." "I know," said Doug, but Diesel still made him feel cross. "See you later, Drippy," laughed Diesel as he slid away. Diesel was taking some trucks up to Toby at the old quarry. The quarry was at the very end of an outlying branch line. Diesel had been so busy laughing at Duck that he forgot to check his fuel gauge. By the time he arrived at the quarry, his fuel tank was almost empty. Where's your diesel fuel tank, Toby? Asked Diesel. There's no diesel tank up here, said Toby. There's only a water tower. There was nothing Diesel could do but wait until some diesel fuel was sent. At last the fuel arrived, and who should be bringing it but Duck himself? Duck thought that was very funny indeed.